In all scriptures, people are encouraged to act in a pious way so that they can enjoy sense gratification not only in this life but also in the next. For example, one is promised promotion to the heavenly kingdom of the higher planets by pious fruitive activities. But a devotee in the association of devotees prefers to contemplate the activities of the Lord, how He has created this universe, how He is maintaining it, how the creation dissolves, and how in the spiritual kingdom the Lord's pastimes are going on. There are full literatures describing these activities of the Lord, especially Bhagavad Gita, Brahma Samhita, and Srimad Bhagavatam. The sincere devotee who associates with devotees get the opportunity to hear and contemplate this subject of the pastimes of the Lord, and the result is that he feels distaste for the so-called happiness in this or that world, in heaven or on other planets. The devotees are simply interested in being transferred to the personal association of the Lord. They have no more attraction for temporary so-called happiness. That is the position of one who is yoga yukta. One who is fixed in mystic power is not disturbed by the allurement of this world or that world. He is interested in the matters of spiritual understanding or the spiritual situation. This sublime situation is very easily attained by the easiest process, Bhakti Yoga. Rujubhir Yoga Margaihi. A very suitable word used here is Rujubhir, or very easy. There are different processes of Yoga Marga attaining yoga perfection, but this process, devotional service to the Lord, is the easiest. Not only is it the easiest process, but the result is sublime. Everyone therefore should try to take this process of Krishna consciousness and reach the highest perfection of life. So in this chapter, Lord Kapil Deva's instructions to his mother Devahuti, the glories of devotional service. This verse is referring to a previous verse also. That's how this verse begins with, thus consciously engaged in devotional service in the association of devotees. So this is referring to the previous very famous verse, Satam Prasangan Mama Virya Samvido. In the association of pure devotees, discussion of the pastimes and activities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is very pleasing and satisfying to the ear and the heart. And by cultivating such knowledge, one gradually becomes advanced on the path of liberation. And three things develop in the heart of a devotee, one who is engaged in this process of discussing the pastimes and activities of the Supreme Lord in association of pure devotees. What are those three things that develop? Shraddha, Ratir, Bhaktir, Anukramishyati. Anukramishyati. Naturally it will follow these three things. Shraddha, faith, Ratihi, attraction for the Supreme Lord, and Bhakti, devotion to the Supreme Lord, or engaging in his devotional service. And here, in this verse, he is saying, Lord Kapila is telling Devahuti that one who is engaged in this way, the result is that he gains distaste for sense gratification. And Prabhupada begins the purport by saying that in all the scriptures people are encouraged to act in a pious way so that they can enjoy sense gratification, not only in this life but also in the next. So now, why are all the scriptures, except for a very few like Bhagavad Gita, Brahma Samhita and Bhagavatam, which is mentioned here, by and large most of the scriptures, as is mentioned here, they are encouraging to act in a way, in a pious way, so that we can enjoy sense gratification, not only in this life, but in the next life also. Why is it like that? Why are they encouraging sense gratification? Because we all have senses, and the goal of life is to enjoy. And if we do not have knowledge of what is the right way to enjoy, we will only enjoy the way that we know of. That is contact of senses with the sense object. Because the enjoyment is immediate, it is instantaneous, and that is all that we want. So, enjoyment or seeking pleasure is something that all of us want. Everyone, every living entity is seeking pleasure, seeking enjoyment. But unfortunately, we do not know how to seek pleasure, how to seek enjoyment in the right method. Krishna consciousness doesn't mean no enjoyment, no pleasure, only tapasya. No. In fact, the enjoyment or pleasure that Krishna consciousness can give is so much higher, that in front of that, this enjoyment, this material sense gratification is nothing. But we are unaware of that process. And therefore, we are seeking enjoyment in the wrong way. But Srimad Bhagavatam teaches us how to seek enjoyment in the right way. One way to seek enjoyment is, I want to gratify myself. And that is the way I seek enjoyment. But there's another way to seek enjoyment, a higher enjoyment. I want to give pleasure to someone, to Krishna. And if I give pleasure to Krishna, then I will be happy. I will automatically feel satisfied and blissful. And that is the right way to enjoy. So you see the change of attitude. I want pleasure, I want to give pleasure. Yesterday, Madhu Pandit Prabhu gave one example in this class. You've got 10 mangoes. There are two ways you can enjoy 10 mangoes. One is, there are two friends. Both of us divide 5-5 and we go and we taste that mangoes. That's one way to enjoy. But the other way is, there are 10 mangoes. So, I pick up 5 and I give it to him. No, you enjoy. And he picks up 5 and he gives it to me. No, you enjoy. Or I have it, I give it to him, he has it, he gives it to me. So you see the change in attitude. You first enjoy. So in the same way, this is what Krishna consciousness is teaching us. And why you first? In our case, why Krishna should first enjoy? Because everything belongs to Krishna. Everything is coming from Krishna. Just like if something doesn't belong to you, and you take it and you start enjoying, isn't it sinful? Isn't it the wrong way of enjoyment? If something belongs to someone, the natural thing is to give it to that person. So similarly, Isha Vashyam Idam Sarvam, everything belongs to Krishna. So the process of enjoying it, give it to Krishna. Krishna, it's all from you. It is all yours. You enjoy. And actually everything belongs to Krishna. Krishna doesn't, he's completely independent. He's Swarat. He's basically seeing whether the living entity, whether the human beings have developed this consciousness, this understanding that it belongs to me, and he's offering to me. And when we offer to Krishna, then that is the right way of enjoyment. Otherwise, enjoying for the self, it is like sense gratification, is like lust. And giving it to Krishna and he enjoying first is love. And the difference, as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu writes, or it's mentioned in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, the difference between enjoying it for self, that is sense gratification, and Krishna, you enjoy first, that is love. The difference is like iron and gold. Both are metals, but there's a gulf of difference between the two. The price is so much different. The value of iron and the value of gold. Gold is so much more expensive. So now, the way to attain pleasure is Krishna, you enjoy. And that is what is love, which is being compared to like gold. And here it is said that this process of Krishna consciousness is so easy. Ruju bihir. So you see, this is something very striking. We are not realizing, we think that contact of senses with the sense object and that enjoyment is very easy. The other process, that is Krishna consciousness, satisfying Krishna, his senses, is very difficult. But no, here this verse is saying, Yatishyate rujubhir yoga margaihi. This process of yoga margaihi, this path of yoga is rujubhir. It is very easy. How it is very easy? Because the process is so easy. The process is simply chanting Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu. Is that process difficult? Isn't it such an easy process? No heavy price. Simply, just imagine, what are you getting? You're getting something, the love of Godhead is like beyond, it is priceless. It is beyond gold. And that is being made available, Rujubihi, so easily. Because the process that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given us is very easy. Imagine if you have to buy gold, how much money you need to save vis-a-vis buying anything else. So to get something very sublime, love of Krishna, so sublime, so ecstatic, you will be absorbed in an ocean of love of Godhead. That thing, the most important thing, if you have to buy a commodity which is very valuable, love of God is very valuable. If you have to buy a commodity which is very valuable, you have to pay a heavy price. So actually, to get Krishna consciousness, if you make a comparative analysis, we should have been actually paying a very heavy price. But no, it has been made very easy, and this is because of the mercy of Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda. That although they are offering us the best, they are giving it to us so easily by such a simple process. That is why one of the Acharya they are defining, they are singing how merciful Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda are, that they are giving us such a wonderful process so easily. So they are being glorified as Parama Karuna Pahu Duijana Nitai Gaura Chande. Parama Karuna. They are the most merciful incarnations. Duijana, Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda. And of all the incarnations, Sabai Avatara, Shara, Sara, Shiromani. Of all the incarnations that have come till date, they are the Shiromani. Shiromani, the best incarnation, the crest jewels. Why? Because they are giving us this most sublime, the best, very, very easily. And Tribhuvane nahi emona dayala data. They are so merciful because they are giving us the simple thing so easily that in the entire Tribhuvane, in the entire three worlds, there are no one more merciful than them. Prabhupada points out in some other places why this process is so easy. Number one, why this Krishna consciousness is Rujubihir, is so easy. Number one, as we saw, the process is so easy. Simply chanting, hearing, tasting Krishna Prasadam. Number two, there is no pre-qualification needed. To get something difficult, you need qualification, right? At least a good education or some money if you want to buy something. Here, to get Krishna consciousness, no money is required, no pre-qualification, no background, nothing. It is open to one and all, irrespective of what caste, from where you come, what family you come, nothing is needed. Then, another reason why it is so easy, Rujubihir, is because we don't have to manufacture or make a process. The process is already available. We simply have to receive it. Imagine if you have to get something very difficult or something very sublime, something very wonderful, you have to think how to get it, plan this way, that way. Let's take this path. No, this is not working. Let's try that path. And to invent rules, policies, regulations, and then try work hard. But here nothing. Whatever you want, everything is given. Simply we have to accept it. And if we accept it, we get it. And the process has been approved and it has been tested also. Devotees who have applied this process has achieved perfection. So testimonies are also available. So we have no doubts. Yes, this is the best process. So number one, it's easy because the process is so easy. Number two, no pre-qualification required. Number three, we simply have to receive it. The process is set. Prabhupada in one more place says, why is it so easy? Here it is said, Anuchintayan, Rachanuchintayan. The process is, he simply has to, Anuchintayan means, the process is simply constantly thinking about Krishna. Again, the process is easy. So, meditating on the beautiful deity of Krishna, isn't it so beautiful? Isn't it so easy? Every day you come to the temple and you see the deities dressed in such a beautiful alankara, every day new alankara, new dresses, nice flowers, and simply come and think on the beautiful deity of Krishna, and that is Rachanu Chintayan. Is that difficult? Isn't that a very simple process? And this process, another way to understand how it is very easy, something which is very easy cannot be done by everyone. Here this process, even a child can perform it, even an old man can perform it. From child to old man, everyone, anytime, anywhere, this process can be performed. So again, it is so easy. So, in the Bhagavatam, how this, and if we do not take to this process, then it becomes very difficult. So in the Bhagavatam, it is said how existence in this material world is so fearful. But one who takes to this process of devotional service, of Rachananuchintayan, and thinking of the Lord, how this process becomes so easy, a very nice comparison is given. This material world is described as Bhavam Budhir. And Bhavam Budhir means it's an ocean of suffering. Bhava means this material existence. Ambudhi, it's like an ocean. And so much is the suffering that padam padam yat vipadam na tesham. Every moment, every step, padam, there is vipadaha. So imagine if you're in the ocean, actually it's, even if you're an expert swimmer, as Prabhupada writes, you cannot swim across, right? But if samashrita ye pada pallavam plavam, if you're in an ocean, you have to take shelter of a ship or of a boat. Only then there is some solace, there is some hope that we can cross over this ocean. Of course, that also there is no guarantee, because an ocean is so huge that a boat can get capsized. Now, we are not just in an ocean like this, it's an ocean of suffering. So we also need a boat, a ship, but a very special boat. And what is that boat? Pada Pallava Plavan Mahat Padam Punya Yasho Murarehe. Mahat Padam. Mahat Padam means the Mahat Padam, or the great feet of the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord. If we accept the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord as our only refuge, as our solace, as the boat, then this Bhavam Budhir, where there is Padam, this material existence, where there is every step there is a danger, this Bhavam Budhir becomes a Vatsa Padam. Vatsa Padam means Vatsa. Vatsa means Vatsapada means a calf's hoof print. You know, a calf when it walks, not even a cow, just imagine, the example is a calf. A calf when it walks, it leaves impressions of its hoof. And there are depressions. And in rainy season, if you see, when the calf walks, there will be depressions and there will be little bit of water accumulated in those calves' hoof print. So for one who has taken shelter of the lotus feet of Krishna, this ocean of material existence becomes like a calf's hoof print. And even a child can very easily cross over the water contained in a calf's hoof print. So that huge ocean becomes reduced it becomes so small that it's just like a calf's hoof print, water contained inside that. And even a child can cross over it, and not just one like that, but many, many like that. It becomes so easy, rujubihi. So this is the benefit of practicing Krishna consciousness. It is actually a very easy process, very simple. We just have to take to it and then we'll be successful. Prabhupada writes how easy it is to become Krishna conscious, knowing Krishna. Actually, to know Krishna is very difficult. But if you take this process, how easy it is, Prabhupada is writing, who can understand Krishna? Krishna is not so cheap. He has said already, Yatatam api siddhanam kaschin mam vetti tatvataha. Kaschin mam vetti. So it is not very easy. It is very difficult. But it is very easy if you take to the process. Easiest process. What is the easiest process? So Prabhupada says this Rijubhi, this easiest process, he says two things. If you want to understand how it is so easy and the process is so easy. He says, number one, this easiest process is you don't talk nonsense and you simply talk what Krishna has said. That's all. Then the process is very easy. And then Prabhupada says, for himself, he's taking on a very humble position, in a humble mood he's talking. Many times they give me credit that I've done wonderful. Yes, I have done wonderful. But what is the reason? Because I speak what Krishna has spoken. That's all. Very easy. Anyone can do it. Everyone can do it. Not only I, any of you, you can also do it. Simply speak what Krishna has said. That's all. Don't make addition, alteration. Then this process is very easy. In another place, he's saying about how this is so easy. If we follow these principles and try to understand it with all our knowledge, all our logic and argument, then our life is successful. Here is an opportunity, this Krishna consciousness, and it is very easy. You simply sit down. If you don't like to come to the temple, it doesn't matter. Now, Prabhupada is saying it is so easy that you needn't even come to the temple. At your home, in your home, you sit down with your friends, with your family members, with your children. Sit down and chant Hare Krishna. If you have got nice musical instrument, it is all right. Otherwise, God has given you these hands, you clap Hare Krishna. Very easy. Just try it and you will understand everything gradually, very easy. Simply by chanting gradually. So imagine Prabhupada is saying that this process is so easy that you need not even come to the temple. You can sit at home and practice it. Then just imagine for devotees who are coming to the temple or those who are staying in the temple, how much more easier it is. So these are the few things that is being discussed here, and a very suitable word used here, Rujubihi, very easy. There are different processes of Yoga Marga, attaining yoga perfection, but this process, devotional service to the Lord, is the easiest. Not only is the easiest, but the result is sublime. Susukham kartum avyayam. It is susukham, very easy, very happily it can be performed, and avyayam, it is eternal, it is everlasting. The result is also sublime. Everyone, therefore, should try to take this process of Krishna consciousness and reach the highest perfection of life. So, these are the few things that is being mentioned here. So, Lord Kapila is instructing Mother Devahuti that this is what a devotee should be doing. He has no attraction for sense gratification because he has developed a higher taste of hearing the pastimes of Lord Krishna in the association of devotees, and by this process, which is very easy, he can actually control the mind. Chittasya, the mind can be controlled. So this is a process, and this is what Lord Kapila is mentioning in this verse. We'll end here. Rantara Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Jai Gaur Premanand.